Most people think wealth comes from income. Sophisticated people eventually learn that wealth often comes from structure. Most people think debt is dangerous. Sophisticated people learn that unranked debt is dangerous. Because the truth is this: not all debt deserves the same emotion. Some debt drains you. Some debt flatters you while quietly extracting from you. And some debt, under the right structure, can become the very thing that changes your life. This is a story about that difference. A bank is one of the most persuasive rooms in modern life. It makes people feel safe, calm, approved, respected. And that feeling is powerful. Because once a structure feels safe, most people stop asking whether it is efficient. Congratulations. You've been approved for $1 million. John and Betty are not reckless. They are not foolish. They are the kind of people the financial system loves. High earners, strong credit, predictable behavior. $1 million mortgage to them does not feel like danger. It feels like proof. Proof they are doing life correctly. This is how debt becomes seductive. Not by looking ugly, by looking like progress. A larger house, a better neighborhood, a more polished life. John and Betty don't think they are buying debt. They think they are buying the next chapter of success. They see the rate. That's what most people do. 4.5%. That sounds intelligent, reasonable, even disciplined. But rate is not the whole story. Structure is the story. For years, a large share of their payment goes to interest, not ownership. That is not scandal. That is structure. And this is where smart people make expensive mistakes. They assume a lower rate automatically means a better machine. It does not. The real question is never just, do I have debt? The real question is, what is this debt doing while I sleep? Is it feeding my future or feeding someone else's? Now strip away the noise. No gimmicks, no inheritance, no fantasy. Just 2 doctors, same hospital, same income, same family lifestyle, same annual cash flow. Each one moves $200,000 a year through his financial life. And only one thing changes: the system receiving the money. Dr. 1 follows the path most successful professionals are taught to trust. Save carefully, stay conservative, use the bank, accumulate, protect. His life is respectable. His behavior is rational. Nothing about him looks foolish. And that is exactly why this comparison matters. Dr. 2 is not more talented, not more disciplined, not more lucky. What changes is his architecture. He places his money inside a different machine, a machine built around long-term account value assumptions, policy design, and tax-advantaged access. This is where ordinary saving ends and engineered finance begins. Let's keep this simple. Dr. 1 uses the traditional banking model. Dr. 2 uses a properly designed mutual life indexed universal life structure intended to prioritize long-term cash value accumulation and policy access. Dr. 1 is generally earning on what remains in the account. Dr. 2 is operating inside a framework where illustrated credited growth and policy mechanics are tied to account value assumptions. That difference sounds small. It is not small. It is life-changing. Under this hypothetical, by year 30, the second doctor's structure is producing approximately $448,000 of annual tax-advantaged access in year 31, assuming policy performance, costs, and loan mechanics remain consistent with the illustration. That is not because he suddenly became more productive than the first doctor. It is because his money lived inside a different machine. Year 31, $448,000. Year 32, $465,920. Year 33, $484,557. Year 34, $503,939. Year 35, $524,097. Year 36, $545,061. Year 37, $566,863. Year 38, $589,537. Year 39, $613,119. Year 40, $637,644. And now comes the moment most people rush through. We are not going to rush through it, because this is the entire point. Year 41, $663,149. Year 42, $689,675. Year 43, $717,262. Year 44, $745,593. Year 45, $775,791. Year 46, $806,823. Year 47, $839,096. Year 48, $872,659. Year 49, $907,566. Year 50, $943,868. One at a time, year by year, that is how compounding stops being theory and starts feeling personal. Same profession, same effort, same general lifestyle. Different structure, different machine, different future. This is what most people never see. Not because the math is hidden, because the architecture is hidden. The second doctor doesn't just look different at the end. He thinks differently in the middle. Because once your capital starts being designed rather than merely stored, your relationship to the future changes. You are no longer just saving. You are building. Now we introduce the most overlooked character in the film, home equity. For many affluent households, home equity is one of the largest line items on the balance sheet. And yet much of it sits there economically stagnant, comforting, impressive, but underused. This is where the sophisticated viewer begins asking better questions. What if home equity is not merely shelter? What if it is dormant collateral? What if a line of credit against that equity can become the funding source for a long-duration, compounding structure similar in spirit to what the second doctor built? What if the money sitting inside the walls of the house could be given a second job? And that is when the viewer realizes something important. The second doctor is no longer just a doctor. He becomes a model, a possibility. To the average household, home equity feels like trapped success. To a sophisticated household, it can become a source of controlled liquidity. And when that liquidity is redirected into a structure built around long-term account value assumptions, the conversation changes. Because now the focus is no longer on the little bit of cash left sitting around. Now the focus is on building a much larger compounding engine. This is not a do-it-yourself fantasy. This is an underwriting exercise. Cash flow modeling, policy design, loan management, stress testing, tax review. If those disciplines are absent, the strategy is incomplete. That matters, because beauty without discipline is just seduction. And this film is not selling seduction. It is selling structure. Most affluent people do not have an income problem. They have an architecture problem. They have earnings, they have equity, they have assets. What they often lack is a design that allows those pieces to work together. If this story resonates with you, the next step is not hype, it is clarity. Complete the financial fact finder. Let your home equity be evaluated. Let your liquidity, time horizon, risk tolerance, and cash flow capacity be stress tested. Let a properly designed compounding account be evaluated for you. Not an account built around whatever little cash happens to be left idle. An account designed to seek long-term accumulation, tax-advantaged access, and policy-based cash flow tied to total account value assumptions within the illustration. The question is not whether you have money. The question is whether your money is sitting still. The question is not whether you have debt. The question is whether your debt has been ranked. And the question is not whether you are successful. The question is whether your success has been properly engineered. Because in the end, the most sophisticated investor is not the one with the loudest lifestyle. It is the one with the quietest, strongest machine.